Chords. Time to talk about chords. What's a chord? Chord is an arrangement of 3 notes taken from the notes that you're working with within a key. And they follow a particular pattern, root 3-5. All that means is it's basically you start with one note, any note, and then you skip the next one in the scale, hit the next one, skip the next one, and hit the next one. If you start on the one note of a scale and of a key, in the key of C, you'd start on a C. That is your one note, right? You skip the 2, hit the 3, skip the 4, hit the 5. 1, 3, 5, boom. There's a 1 chord. It happens to be a C major chord in the key of C major. Okay? That's how you build a chord. Now, root just refers to the one note of a chord. So on a 1 chord, it's going to be the first one, but the root of a 2 chord is going to be within the scale of C, a 2, obviously, and not a 1 anymore. So I'll call this root, but then every chord has a 3rd and a 5th. So this one had a 3rd, it happened to be the 3rd note in the scale. Going back to C now. C, D, E was the 3rd of it. And the 5th of it was a G, because it goes E, F, G, C, E, G. Root 3, 5, or root 3rd and 5th. Boom. Okay, now, 2 chord. We're going to go 2, 3, skip the 3 though, hit the 4, skip the 5, hit the 6, 2, 4, 6, boom, sorry, it's a D minor. Now, in terms of the shape, the constitution of the chord though is very similar in that it's got a root, a 3rd, and a 5th. Root 3rd, 5th, boom. Root 3rd, 5th, boom. Let's go to 3. Here's our 3 note is an E, C, D, E. I sang that wrong, but yeah. 3, we'll play the 3 note. Skip the 4, hit the 5. Well, I'll play it here. 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, boom, 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 and it happens to be an E minor chord, right? But it's got a root and a 3rd and a 5th, because you hit one note, you skip the next one, hit the next one, skip the next one, hit the next one in the scale, boom, same kind of pattern, right? Now, some of them are going to end up to be major and some are going to be minor. Seems confusing at first, but don't worry about it because there's a pattern. There's always a pattern that it follows, so you learn the pattern, and then you don't need to worry about figuring everything else out yourself. So, we got a 1, happens to be a major. We got a 2 chord, because we'll call it a 2 chord. Now, it happens to be a D minor, and you can call it that too. And if you already know a D minor, standard D minor shape for guitar, it's down here, then that's great. You know to go to that. If you're in the key of C and you want to play a 1 chord and then the 2 chord, it's going to be C, D, D minor. And then the 3 chord is going to be E, because C, D, E, and E minor. Now, how do you know if these are going to be major or minor ahead of time? Well, you just learn the pattern. The pattern is this. I'll just tell you it. The 1 chord is always going to be major in a major key. 2 chords are going to be minor. 3 chords are going to be minor. 4 chords are going to be major. 5 chords are going to be major. 6 chords are going to be minor. 7 chords are going to be diminished. You almost never use it in popular music. We're not going to worry about it for now. Okay, so you got those 6 chords to work with. Which were the majors? 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5. 1 and 4 and 5 are the major chords of any key. Of any major key. 1, 4, 5. So what does that leave? 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6 are minor. And then 7's the weird one. 2, 3, and 6. Minor. So, in the key of C, where you've got the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, let's say I know some guitar chords. What are those? You got 1, it's going to be C major. The 2 is minor, D minor. 3, E minor. 4, F major. 5, G major. 6, A minor. So, you got a great 6-chord set there with which you can play, I don't know, 85% of songs, popular songs. Just so many, a zillion songs. Even with just the 1, 4, and 5, you can play at least 50% of songs that you know, right? So, because 1, 4, and 5 are the major ones, and they're the most commonly played ones. 1, 4, 5. Right? You've got all blues there. You've got most folk there. You've got almost all punk built into that. A lot of rock, a lot of pop. Just they're so common. Now, all of this is transferable to another key because it shares the same pattern. So this was all in the key of C, right? Let's go to D flat. Well, you're going to have your 1 chord is going to be major. You're going to have your 2 chord. It's going to be minor. Your 3 chord is going to be minor. 4 chord is going to be major. And so on. It matches, it's the same pattern, but it's going to happen to be a D flat and an E flat minor and so on. Chords that are less familiar in guitar. But let's say we go to G. Well, in the key of G, 1's going to be major. What are the notes in the key of G? Well, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. The only one that's different from C was the F sharp. It's mostly the same notes. Now, those are mostly the same chords too. The 1 chord, major. What's the 1, 4 in G? Well, G, A, B, C, D. G, C, D. Major, right? G, C, D, G. There you go. Very similar too. In the key of C, right? 1, 4, 5, 1. And what are the 2, 3, and 6? G. A minor is now your 2. B minor is now you got to do bar chord for that. Your 3. C is your 4. D is your 5. E minor is your 6.